I'm Riley Eulens.
8 seconds remaining.
I'm Riley Eulens.
8 seconds remaining. Riley all the way. Yes, 2 pointers. 3 pointers. Whatever you want.
And
2
you're watching
pointers. 3
Lakewood Sports
pointers.
Channel.
Whatever you want.
And you're watching Lakewood Sports Channel.
Go.
It's Ahmed Mohammed.
Muhammad from 3. That one is good. Ahmed Muhammad with no hesitation.
And you're watching Lakewood Sports Channel.
My name's Andre Hollenberg, and
Backer slashes. Hollenberg
I'm
for
Riley
3.
Eulens.
All 3 of those.
Riley
Andre
Eulens.
Hollenberg.
you're watching Lakewood Sports Channel.
All the way. Yeah, 2 pointers.
My name is Hakeem Grani.
It's cut off by Canones. As Karan underneath. And 1. Hakeem the 3.
It's Ahmed
You're watching
Mohammed.
Lakewood Sports Channel.
Muhammad from 3. That one. Well, last evening we started off with a quote from Thin Lizzy, and I guess we're going to go with Elton John tonight. Saturday night is all right for a GLC fight. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Grant Graves, Patrick Hayes on the call for you tonight on the Lakewood Sports Channel. And boy, Pat, Lakewood in a thriller last night out at Buckeye. University School falling to Copley last night. You got 2 teams that could have had some big wins last night, and you know they're coming into Saturday night, prime time on the Lakewood Sports Channel doubleheader, really looking for a big W.
Yeah, both teams are going to be really hungry coming after a win tonight after both losing last night. Game kind of got put together late, but we're glad to be here.
As you can see with our setup here, it's been a long day at the corner of Bunsen Franklin, our first ever doubleheader on the Lakewood Sports Channel. It's been fun. Pat, the girls' senior day with a big win for the girls' program over Buckeye, and Lakewood trying to go for the doubleheader sweep tonight on the Lakewood Sports Channel. And without further ado, let's kick it to you, Pat, for your $2, 2 keys to the game.
So for the Rangers, they got to bounce back. Tough loss without still a couple guys. Aiden Wacker's still not back, and it looks like they'll be without Pete Patsoris tonight. So they got to replace 17 points that he had last night. That's going to be pretty big. University Schools, they got to bounce back as well. They started off hot. They started off 5-1. They've skid a little bit. They played Tuesday, Friday, but before that they were off for 28 days. So long break, so they're getting their feet under them as well. So kind of whoever knocks off the rust first.
The $2, 2 keys to the game. Visit $2 today for great deals on wings and drinks. $2 located on Madison Avenue in Lakewood. And Pat, I'm going to throw it to you one more time for our Geigers question of the night, and it's how can Lakewood combat the effects of 2 games and 2 nights? And frankly, it's going to be tough. You lose Pete Patsoris last night. Luckily, we think he'll be okay, just not in action on a back-to-back. And no Aiden Wacker again tonight. A few other Rangers banged up. And, well, it's tough to play back-to-back even when you're 100%. What can Lakewood do to mitigate those factors tonight?
You just got to grind. You got to grit it out. It's never fun. Your body hurts. But these kids are young. You know, they got to play hard and play as hard as you can until you got to come out. Another Ranger will sub in and give you some good minutes and, you know, just play your butt off.
Speaking of two guys that play as hard as they possibly can, night in and night out, it's Ricky Radke for University Schools and Jaquan Neal. And it's funny, you got a 6'7" player on the one end, you got a guy that's barely approaching 6 foot on the other end. You say, how is that the matchup of the game presented by Slife? Well, Jaquan Neal has been fantastic on the boards for Lakewood. Ricky Radke, obviously a rebounding fiend for the University School Preppers. It's going to be interesting to see Q Neal really get inserted into this game and have his impact tonight. Yeah, Lakewood's going to need him. Yeah, with no Pete Soros, you know, they're undersized once again. They've been undersized all year, but, you know, it hurts even more without Pete, so he's really got to rebound the basketball. Well, it's almost basketball time here at Lakewood. For our national anthem and starting lineups. We want to thank our sponsor, First Federal of Lakewood, for this game being possible here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. First Federal of Lakewood is rooted in the communities they serve and has supported the personal and business banking needs of its customers since 1935. Visit ffl.net to learn more. And we go now to the starting lineups for both University School and the Lakewood Rangers.
The athletes, coaches, and our officials are guests of Lakewood High School. All fans are expected to respect the effort each of them has put forth preparing for today's contest. We ask all attending to show courtesy and respect for fellow fans, officials, coaches, those administering the contest, and of course, your team and your opponent. And it's important today as ever, please respect the game. Now let's meet the players for tonight's game. First, the visitors from University School, the Preppers, coached by Sean McDonald. Number 3, Ferris Donald. Number 4, Nelson Johnson Jr.
One thing you notice here, Pat, for University School, they're going to be throwing a lot of size at the Ranger size that Lakewood certainly hasn't seen in some time, probably since the Holy Name or EC game, which has been a while. And it'll be interesting to see how Lakewood will combat that tonight. Yeah, they are a big team, and the Rangers really got to box out tonight because our tallest guy is maybe pushing 6 foot tonight. Some pressure to be expected from University School, and hopefully Lakewood can get the three-pointing shooting going as the purple and gold certainly have been making their living at and around the perimeter. They've done a nice job knocking in threes, usually not a Lakewood team to shoot from deep, but certainly it will come in handy tonight if the three-pointers are falling. Yeah, it's some home cooking. You know, you're back home. They haven't played very many home games this year, but, you know, you get to practice here every day, so you know the rims a little bit better. So hopefully it gives the Rangers a little bit of an advantage. And we talked about it a little bit in an away game for Lakewood last night. University School playing Copley last night. Buckeye and Copley, two teams that will grind it out against you. We might expect a little faster pace tonight, which is good news for those of you at home who are tuning in for our doubleheader. And And if anybody at home is tuning in for the second time today on the Lakewood Sports Channel, drop us a comment on Twitter, on YouTube. We'll be sure to give you a shout-out. And who knows, maybe a Mike Harper, Pat Hayes autographed jersey or shirt. We can see what we can pull off. Lakewood in their home uniforms presented by GV Artwork in the white and purple and gold trim. University in their black uniforms with the maroon trim. We are off from the corner of Bunce and Franklin here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Tip controlled by University School. It'll be Grayer matched up against Ricky Radke, our Slife player to watch.
Yeah, you think, Grant, that they're going to try to play fast, but with some, tired legs, we'll see how fast they can actually play.
Three-pointer there from Smith, too long, but University School will corral the rebound. A foul there by MJ Grayer, and if you're Lakewood, you like the hustle from Grayer there, but he's got to really watch himself tonight with a thin bench for Lakewood.
Yeah, he's one of our taller guys, and he's got to be smart. He's very athletic. So he's got to be smart, staying on the ground and not fouling anyone.
Two of the taller players you'll see in the season as a deep three is pulled there by number 3, Ferris Daham. And the three-pointer was no good. In the passing lane, number 10, Cam Smith. He'll lay it up and one. The bucket will count. Cam Smith going to the line to make it a three-point play.
Not a very smart play by Riley there, fouling him on a wide-open layup. Just kind of let him go and live to fight another day.
Dahman pulled a big three there, Pat. If the University School is going to stretch the Rangers like that, they're going to have to communicate on defense.
Yeah, he can really play. He can really shoot. You got to close out long on him.
Here's the patent pressure from University School. They love this full court pressure, and a 2-2-1 right here using their length and speed. Yulnitz hounded by Smith. A push will be assessed, however, to Snipes Ray. And already you can see the energy that the University School bench brings. We watched some tape on these guys, and, man, they just really love being there for their teammates. They got such a good energy on the bench. That's what makes high school basketball great.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Rangers bench needs to get into it because, this is a home game, and we don't want their bench to overtake ours.
Nice take there by Yulnitz. It was hit out of his hand, and the big man, number 4, Nelson Johnson Jr. will push it all the way. Taken away by Q Neal, our Slife player to watch. Q gives it to Karan. Karan all the way to the rim. It looked like that ball was hit out of his hand, and it was. Lakewood will retain possession. What a block by Q Neal. More so a steal in the air by Q Neal, not so much a block there.
He's played awesome in recent games on defense, and, pushing on offense is great there as well.
Muhammad thought about a deep three there as Lakewood looks to get going. Here, Karan! Hakeem the Dream! Hakeem Karan, the first three-pointer in and good for Lakewood. University School all the way back the other way, and it's Snipes Ray putting in the layup.
Too easy. Rangers giving that one up.
University School applying some pressure. Grayer handles it for Lakewood. Karan again from 3. That one is good! Hakeem too clean. Karan, I got to keep coming up with nicknames. He's going to keep knocking down the outside shots.
Hey, he's stepping up big in Pete's absence. I'd love to see it.
Nice job by Karan in Pat Source's absence, Aiden Wacker's absence. Karan with some nice shooting. Radke, a nice take, and this one is off to a hot start. We are only 2 minutes into this one, and already 13 points have been scored.
I would just love to see the Rangers come out with the defensive intensity they had in the second half yesterday.
Muhammad short on the 3, but there's Q Neal, another rebound. Q Neal thought about it, but Coach Kamak will ask the Rangers to control the tempo here.
You hit the matchup of the game right in the head. This is already his 3rd rebound of the game.
Well, we're not going to rust off ourselves. We're getting pretty good. Muhammad from deep, and that one no good, but there's Grayer out rebounding Radke, the 6'7" forward. Q Neal, no good. And Lakewood and University are treating us to a slugfest so far, and Johnson Jr. can't believe he couldn't finish that one. He was point blank, but a foul will give him 2 shots instead.
Yeah, Q Neal down here is a good look, but you almost want to give that one up one more to Riley, who shoots a really good percentage. And then not a great foul by Riley down here. It was kind of, he's already got one. It's the second one. We're thin. You got to be smart about it.
Johnson Jr., however, misses the free throw. He had 13 big points last night against Copley, and University School dealing with their own quarantine issues. They were quarantined, get this, for 28 days. They had not played a game for 28 straight days as Johnson hits the free throw there. And Lakewood dealing with their own quarantine for 2 weeks. And, boy, you commend both squads for getting out here and competing like they are. Muhammad, the corner three, no good. Tracked down, Johnson Jr. threw it out of bounds. Thought he had Racky there, but Racky took off.
Sometimes a little quarantine helps you out. I don't know, Grant. I know you were doing the girls' game, but Georgetown was on a 21-day quarantine, and they just came out and beat Providence today.
Certainly a different type of basketball season, college, high school, or otherwise, as Lakewood has possession here, and we'll try to cut into University's 2-point lead here on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood. Karan came off the screen, hounded by Smith, and Smith takes it away. Ahead to Snipes. Snipes lays it up, no good. Tipped around, and Miles Harper will corral it. Nice job by the Rangers in that transition defense. Yilnitz going against Dahmen. The floater from Q Neal, no good. And Johnson Jr., the big man, will push it the other way. Nobody on the midline for Lakewood is Cam Smith, the easiest bucket he'll have in his career.
Yeah, the Rangers are giving a lot of easy buckets. I mean, it's not good.
Karan for three. That one is good. Hakeem, so clean. Karan, Coach Kamak, his best 100-meter dash impression to make sure the timeout was heard, because the atmosphere is fantastic in here. We're so glad you're joining us for the Saturday night prime time show here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Second part of our doubleheader, certainly living up to its billing as the primetime matchup.
Yes, the Rangers are turning the ball over way too much in this first quarter, but you know what is an equalizer? The three ball. The three ball is keeping them in this game. Hakeem in particular.
Hakeem, the dream, Karan with 9 quick points, all the points for the Rangers so far. And what are your impressions of University School, a school that Lakewood has certainly not played before in the past, but boy, are they a spirited, athletic, and quick bunch. They get out and really run on you. And you would think maybe with all that size they'd try to make it more of a slugfest, but they get out and run, and nice job by Dahmen and Cam Smith to push the pace for these guys.
Yeah, it seems like for U.S., it doesn't matter who gets the rebound. They're getting it and going. I mean, Johnson's gone a couple times and kind of gone coast to coast. So Rangers need to do a better job of getting their butts back and stopping the basketball. Well,
certainly it reminds you of the team Lakewood had a few years ago with Tim Smith, Tommy Sala, and Zion Darby. Those guys could all handle it, push it down the floor. And when those guys are coming at you at full speed, it's a defense's worst nightmare. University School certainly a nice version of their own big man basketball. Radke had to keep that one away from Grayer. Nice jab step there by Radke, and the underneath layup, no good. He got his own rebound. Radke puts it up again and in. Nice effort there by Ricky Radke. 12-9, University School leads.
Yeah, University lost a tough one last night, but their scoring was very evenly distributed.
Certainly you can see, again, like you said, anybody can push it, anybody can score, and that's a dangerous starting five to have as the ball was poked away there from Yulnitz, but a foul was assessed to University School. And Lakewood will take the ball outside out of bounds. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the first quarter of our doubleheader on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Harper in the corner, drives by Johnson Jr., but the layup no good by Harper. And the Preppers will push it the other way. Underneath to Cam Smith. Out to Dahmen. Dahmen's three is in and out. Radke is there, and he will set it back up. Nice pass underneath by Dahmen to find number 10, Cam Smith. A really nice court vision there by number 3, Dahmen. Poked away again, saved by the Preppers. Excellent defensive intensity from them. Dahmen pushing it. Snipes Ray. No good, and Grayer will take control for the Rangers. High pace right here, right now, Pat. Lakewood has to make sure they're keeping this game Together, Q Neal drives in, blocked there by Snipes Ray.
Yeah, it's just going back and forth, back and forth. A lot of turnovers, very sloppy start.
Q Neal stepped on the baseline there as subs will come in for Lakewood. Again, Lakewood playing their second game in 2 nights. University School playing their second game in 2 nights. You're going to see substitutions, and boy, University School takes some big men out, put some big men right in. This is going to be a night where Lakewood's going to have to do a good job communicating defensively. Zion Durbin in for University School, along with number 24, Ryan Sleeth, and for the Rangers, Mark Jarvis in there, and Andre Hollenberg. Travel there on number 1, Justin Belcher.
Shuffled the shoes, going Rangers' way now.
Belcher, a fantastic outside shooter. He had 2 threes against Fairview on Wednesday night, and 11 points in that one.
Yeah, that's really tough for U.S. I mean, playing Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, that's a lot of basketball.
Units all the way to the cup. That one is good. Radke tried his best LeBron James impression, but he's no match for the junior in the orange sneakers. Like those sneakers, Pat.
They're pretty bright.
Easy to identify where Yulnitz and Karan are on the court. Nice pass to Jarris in the corner for 3. No good. Mark Jarris had a good look at it. You know that's his shot.
Yeah, he can shoot it. He went off in the purple and gold scrimmage earlier in the year.
Sleeth, Darbin, and Radke give University School a big lineup, but a turnover there by Skadlock new into the game, and the Rangers will look to tie this one up.
Really good job by Riley there, slowing the pace down, letting the defense get in front of him, and then just Hakeem couldn't handle the pass.
Nice job by Miles Harper in his action tonight. Ahmed Muhammad back in, and for the first time this year, a fan favorite will check in for the Rangers. Muhammad cut, seeing some action for the Rangers. They're going to have to use their bench tonight if they're going to stay fresh into this one.
Yeah, don't be surprised if we see a couple of the guys that played JV as well get some minutes here.
Cut immediately matched up on Radke, and Radke shot rimmed around, no good. Nice job by Cut there. His first varsity action of the season, hanging in there tough. Radke, a charge on Andre Hollenberg, taking the big charge underneath. 1 minute, 11 seconds left, and the electricity is flowing here at the corner of Bunsen Franklin.
I'll tell you what, that's a tall task for Cut there. Checking in for your first time and going up against a 6'7" guy, giving up probably 6, 7, 8 inches on him.
2-2-1 press from the Preppers. They don't change no matter the personnel. Yulnitz takes it up, finds the big man in the middle, Muhammad. Muhammad all the way. That layup is good. A scooping layup by Muhammad. Cuts this University School lead 2-1. In and out there by Belcher. Gets it over the Durbin. Nice layup by number 12, Zion Durbin.
Andre closed out with some cement in his feet there. He's got to be quick on his feet.
Turnover there by Lakewood, and a layup on the other end by Skadlock. 18-13, the Preppers lead. Another turnover by the Rangers. 30 seconds remaining. It's Radke, too easy at the rim. 3 layups in a row for University School. Lakewood got to be careful with this team right now. Muhammad, nice move around the back. Taking it all the way, Ahmed Muhammad. Floater no good. What a fun game we're seeing here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. 5 seconds left. Sleeth underneath. That layup way off. Hollenberg's desperation heave won't make it to the free throw line, and it's 20-13 here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. The Rangers trail, and wherever you're joining us tonight on this doubleheader Saturday night primetime matchup, whether you're in Lakewood, Cleveland, Columbus, we appreciate you tuning in to the Lakewood Sports Channel, and wherever anybody is tuned in, Pat, they're seeing a good one tonight.
Yeah, a little sloppy, but definitely a fast-paced game. I'm sure Coach Hammock in this huddle is probably going over, hey, let's handle this pressure a little bit. You know, we've seen it before. We practice against it. They need to do a better job of handling that pressure.
Well, speaking of fast-paced play, a couple of layups there from University School in transition, and that's going to be our Harrington moving. Let's get moving fast break of the game. We'll do the heavy lifting so you can focus on what really matters, making your new house a home. Call Danny today to get a free quote. And Harrington Moving says, go Rangers.
Yeah,
I thought Lakewood did a nice job there of getting out of the pressure. They weren't giving up too many points off turnovers, but a disastrous end to the first quarter. You give up 3 layups in a row there off turnovers. If you're Coach Kamak, you're just settling your guys down a little bit, trying to find the right combination to handle the ball and handle this pressure.
Correct. You want to get the ball in the middle against these guys, but we're catching it too low. We're almost catching it at the baseline where these two guys converge on it, where now you want to get it a little bit out and up where you can get the guy to be the reversal pass as the inbounder.
I have it on good authority that we have a viewer in New Mexico tonight. So, man, the Lakewood Rangers and the Lakewood Sports Channel is traversing these continental United States on this Saturday night primetime game.
Think they're Lobo fans?
They gotta be, and they're Ranger fans.
I like it.
Q Neal, the step back there, defended nicely by Sleeth.
Yeah, I was gonna say right before the little end of the quarter collapse, the Rangers, had a pretty good quarter.
Q Neal came up empty. Nice pass by the big man Muhammad, and there's a Q Neal patented floater, getting the Lakewood on the board. Nice defense there. Neal found himself on the ground. Yulnitz affected the shot, and that one was tipped, and it will stay with Lakewood. Really nice job by Muhammad. Not only did he get the offensive rebound, Patty, his eyes didn't go back down to the ball, kept his eyes up, and he found a cutting Neal.
Yeah, really nice play there.
Belcher for 3. That one no good. Muhammad underneath, grabs the rebound. Pestered by a few preppers, but Lakewood will bring up the court unbothered.
And that's the biggest thing. Rangers get stops. U.S. cannot set up their press. You get it, you go.
Q Neal directing the offense for Lakewood. The step back by Q is no good. And University will push it the other way. Certainly you'd like to see a little more ball movement if you're the purple and gold.
Yeah, you got to get a better look than that.
Underneath, and Durbin was out of bounds there. Durden, excuse me.
Yeah, we're Ranger catches and breaks because U.S. is also turning the ball over. It's just they got to capitalize on it.
Hakeem Karan is all alone, but Lakewood doesn't see him in the corner there, trying to do this one the old-fashioned way. Yulnitz splits 2 defenders down the lane. Riley Yulnitz, a nice take, and rebounded by Grayer. Muhammad will launch. Muhammad connects. The big man, 23, filling it up for 3, and Lakewood is down 2.
Yeah, really big hit by Muhammad there. Oh, that's a
shove
that's a
on
big
Hakeem
push.
Karan, and Durden with a 2-handed shove on Karan. Lakewood certainly keeping their cool here as the preppers are playing physical with the Rangers.
Yeah, you mentioned Hakeem wide open in the corner. U.S. almost wants to tempt him into taking that pass, though, because that's a long pass where they're long, athletic, can almost pick that off sometimes.
Jonah Gilbert new into the game for the preppers as well, as Yulnitz lost that one but was able to corral it. A timeout by Coach Alex Kamak will get Lakewood into the huddle here.
Once again, catching it a little too early.
Jonah Gilbert new into the game for the preppers as well.
AKA Q.
As Yulnitz lost that one but was able to corral it. A timeout by Coach Alex Kamak will get Lakewood into the huddle here. Lakewood doing a nice job here, Pat, of handling, what University School's throwing their way, and University School goes deep into their bench. We've already seen 10 players off the bench for the preppers. We've seen players for the Rangers that have not played a ton of minutes this year but have contributed nicely. This will be a fun one tonight. Everybody going to get involved, and it's going to be down to the wire between these two.
Yeah, last night's scoring for U.S. was very even. I mean, 10, 8, 8, everyone kind of had their hand in it.
A line change coming from University School. Muhammad thought about a deep one. We'll take a shorter one. Ahmed Muhammad, nothing but net. The big man, Ahmed.
3-point baskets are great equalizers. Fantastic to
Karan has 3 3-pointers. Ahmed Muhammad has 2 of them.
Ooh.
A hold there on Karan as it looked like he was barreled into. A line change for the Preppers as the starting five will come back out there. Diamond, Johnson Jr., Snipes Ray, Cam Smith, and Ricky Radke. Reminds you of the lineup that Lakewood had a few years ago where they would do their shifts of five off the bench.
Yeah, the Rangers called them the Dogs. We'd bring in the Dogs, bring some energy, and, give them a few minutes of, crazy pressure. And it seems like U.S. can do that as well.
Back cut there. Nice job by Snipes Ray, but too close to the baseline. He went over, and boy, are both teams really into this one, Pat. This is some fantastic energy.
Yeah, the Rangers bench is starting to get into it. You love to see that.
Yulnitz takes it here against the full court pressure, finds Q Neal over the timeline. Q Neal drives in on Johnson Jr., finds Karan in the corner. That one no good. Q Neal able to pull down the offensive rebound. Lakewood with a few key offensive rebounds. Yulnitz from three. That one is good. Riley Yulnitz wants to be invited to the party for three. Lakewood on fire from deep, and Karan. Coach Kamak incensed at another foul on Karan, and frankly speaking there, you got to wonder what the call was on, but nonetheless, Akeem Karan assessed another personal foul.
I think he's just fired up because, they have their hands on him down here on their pressure. Hakeem had his hands on him there. You just got to call it both ways.
Certainly a physical game between the Preppers and our Lakewood Rangers. Drive there by Smith. Out to Radke for three. That one's short. Rebound there by Johnson Jr. Radke all the way to the rim. A blocking foul is called. Ricky Radke, a strong take to the rim, and he'll go and shoot a couple.
Really good effort there by Ahmed. He just started falling a little early. That's why the block call was assessed.
Lakewood doing a nice job of stretching the Preppers' full court pressure here, putting a guy all the way down on their offensive side of the floor. Has done a nice job and has found some good opportunities on the offensive end. Radke will knock down the free throw there. And University School pulls to within one. Trap coming on Muhammad. He turns into it but finds Q Neal. Neal splits a few Preppers. The layup there, no good. Johnson Jr. certainly affected that shot. Smith, Snipes Ray all the way for University School, no good. Karan breaks out the other way. Karan up and no good. Breakneck pace here at Lakewood High School.
Man, oh man, these guys are flying around the court.
Diamond all the way to the hole, and a foul is assessed to Yulnitz. A tough foul if you're the Rangers to take on Riley Yulnitz, the junior.
You know what I really love to see, Grant? Ahmed Muhammad struggled a little bit yesterday, and tonight he's really stepping up, hitting some shots, rebounding the basketball, doing a really good job tonight.
24-23, the Rangers lead with Diamond shooting a few free throws. First one off the front of the rim and no good.
Giving
Yep.
Q and Riley a break, that's good.
Free throw up and good by Diamond to knot us up here at 24 apiece.
This is going to be really big with Riley out, your primary ball handler. You got to be smart, break the press with the pass.
Bounce pass there into Karan. Karan will pull for a two-pointer, excuse me. I'm used to seeing Hakeem the Dream behind the arc. A nice pull-up jumper there by Karan. He's had a fantastic first half.
He's really shooting the ball well tonight. You love to see it. That's not an easy shot, little pull-up mid-range.
Snipes Ray layup no good. Karan checked it down, but it will be off Karan, out of bounds. A nice take there by Snipes Ray. Couldn't get it to go, and Lakewood will have to defend University School again. 26-24, the Rangers lead. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left here in the first half on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood. Ball will be taken by Ricky Radke up top. Cam Smith teed up by the young Miles Harper. Bullet pass in there. Johnson Jr. is taken away.
Great,
Nice steal underneath by the Rangers.
great job walling up there by Ahmed. He really walled up. Good body. And we were able to get the ball back.
Muhammad going against Smith here at the top of the timeline. A primetime matchup for sure here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. We're so glad you're joining us at home. What a game this is between the Preppers and the Rangers. Harper all the way, the floater no good, but a foul will be assessed to Johnson Jr. And Miles Harper, the sophomore, will shoot a pair.
You love to see that sophomore, be aggressive there. He can score the basketball, so it's good to see him attack and get to the line.
Now, are you standing up because you're just adjusting your legs a little bit, or has the electricity from the game found a current in you?
I'm pretty excited. I get a little antsy, so you got to stand up from time to time.
Hey, sitting next to you during these games is awesome because you, with every shot, I know the way the wind is blowing with you. It's fantastic.
If I don't talk for a minute or two, it's probably because I'm so immersed in the game. I almost
rubbing
forget
your hands, I love it.
I almost forget that I'm doing color here.
As Hollenberg will check in for the Rangers. MJ Grayer will sit down. The rebounding, for however Lakewood is short-staffed a little bit tonight on the rebounding edge with no Tico Jones yet, no Pete Patsource. I think the Rangers are doing as well as you could hope on the defensive glass.
I've been impressed with, how well they've been rebounding the basketball against a much larger U.S. team.
That being said, it wasn't a staple of theirs early in the season, and you want to chalk that up to lack of practice or inconsistency or youth, whatever you want to attribute it to. Rangers really a renewed focus tonight. A nice conversation I'm sure was had in the locker room before this one.
Yeah, I think they, maybe they challenged them a little bit, said, hey, our guy that averages 13 a game is not going to be there grabbing the rebounds. Someone's got to step up.
Lakewood certainly stepping up to the challenge tonight. Hollenberg, the mismatch on Radke down low. Radke tried putting it up. A foul will be assessed, and the Preppers will be shooting 1-1. 2 minutes, 37 seconds remaining here in the first half, and this has been a fantastic game between the Preppers and the Rangers. The crowd is limited here, but what they lack in quantity, they're certainly making up for in quantity. This has been certainly a fantastic atmosphere, a quality crowd.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Back and forth. Rangers secure a 2-point lead right now.
Q Neal couldn't handle the pass from Hollenberg there, and Lakewood will give the ball back with University a chance to tie or take the lead.
Can't close out the half like they closed out the first quarter. Really got to step up and finish it strong.
And with that being said, visions of, they lost Johnson Jr. underneath, but the layup no good. Nice ball moving there by Radke. Three-pointer no good. Radke found himself in the advantageous position under the rim and put back in.
Someone's got to get middle. Good.
Travel there by Q Neal will give the ball back to the Preppers.
Pulled the chair out of him. Thought there was going to be some contact. There wasn't. And took a couple extra steps.
Grayer Karan checking back in. Snipes Ray checking in for the Preppers. And to your point about ending the quarter, ending the half, you think about last night where Lakewood was making that run against Buckeye, and it came down to just a few points at the end of that game. Mm-hmm. But you go back to the end of the half where they fouled Miller.
Yes.
Right before half on that putback, and certainly kind of doused the momentum Lakewood was building. Same thing here. Radke is really taking it to the purple and gold right now.
Yes, he really is.
Another bucket from Radke, a tough layup there. He's a one-man wrecking crew right now for the men in maroon and black.
No one's middle right now for the Rangers. Coach Kamak might have to call another timeout here.
Grayer sends it all the way down court, and Lakewood certainly struggling with the pressure now as the Preppers are doing a nice job switching defenses on Lakewood and seeing if Lakewood can respond.
Well, the issue is we got these two guys down here in the corner. They're not coming up to help at all. They got to come meet the ball a little bit when they're struggling. We got no one middle. Someone's got to come meet the pass.
Certainly a nice idea for the Rangers to have a couple guys back in case you do beat the press. But with Ulenitz out of the game in foul trouble, certainly you don't have the point guard presence that you would normally have.
Yeah, you got to move the ball with the pass to get it across half court.
Q Neal, nice defense there. Radke will pull from three. That one is good. Ricky Radke putting his imprint all over this second quarter. He's had the Preppers' last 7 points. Muhammad skips it across to Jarvis. Jarvis will pull it back out. Muhammad from deep. That one no good. Couple Rangers there with a Prepper as well, and they will say Dahmen hit the ball out.
Man, I know Muhammad's been hot tonight, but after a couple bad turnovers, you almost want to get a really good look there. Maybe slow it down and get a better look than that.
Uhlens will check back in for the Rangers. Riley penetrating. The pull-up no good. Cuneo got in there, mixed it up, but Dahmen was able to pull it down. Under a minute remaining here in the first half. Preppers lead by 5. It's been a Ricky Radke run for the black and maroon. Been really impressed with the big man, number 23. He's shown that he can hit the offensive glass. He's had some nice post moves. That 3 certainly wasn't a close one. That was a deep shot, and he hesitated with no hesitation, excuse me. We had a banner flying down. Got to wonder if somebody's throwing stuff at us. We always got to wonder. But certainly a nice job by Radke to get Lakewood going a little bit.
Yeah, he's playing, inside. He's playing outside, grabbing offensive rebounds. He's doing a little bit of everything for the Preppers.
52.5 seconds remaining as Dahmen hits both free throws. And Smith will check in for Dahmen. So it will be Snipes Ray, Smith, number 2, Skadlock, Johnson Jr., and Radke out there for the Preppers. Muhammad, the big man, looking for some solutions. He finds Uhlens. Uhlens will get it across the timeline and finds Harper. Harper will pull for 3. That one rims out. Radke pulled it down. Hounded by Grayer. Radke, the big 6'7" forward, will push it. Jab step by Smith, drops it off to Johnson Jr. And they're going to say an offensive foul.
I think they called it travel. I think he shoveled the shoe.
Travel over there. Travel on Johnson Jr. will give the ball back to the Rangers, trailing by 7. Muhammad lost sight of number 10, Cam Smith, and they will give the ball back to the Preppers. It's Johnson underneath making the most of the turnover. Muhammad, a nice ball fake, gets him some breathing room. Harper for 3, that one no good. Karan snatched it away and put it in. Hakeem the Dream bringing the energy. But a technical foul, I believe.
A warning.
A warning, okay. This gym is certainly loud tonight, folks, so the atmosphere couldn't be better. Trying to understand the referees is always something we're striving to do here on the Lakewood Sports Channel.
Oh, yeah.
Timeout here with 4.0 seconds remaining. 37-30, the Preppers lead the Rangers. And like we said, Pat, we knew this one was going to be up and down. We knew each team was going to do their best to make the other uncomfortable, whether it be Lakewood's perimeter shooting or the Preppers' pressure defense. And it certainly lived up to the billing. If you're the Rangers, you'd like to see the turnovers decrease in the second half. But certainly taking the Preppers' best punch, we'll see how Lakewood punches back.
Yeah, they got to close it like we talked about. The end of the quarters have been not too good for the Rangers. They need to close it out a little bit better, take care of the basketball, especially when Riley's not in the game. They got to know that and protect the basketball even more so.
37-30, the Rangers and the Preppers battling here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. And again, we want to thank all of our families that have supported the Lakewood Sports Channel. We want to thank the Lakewood Athletic Boosters. Remember to go to golakewood.org if you're interested in supporting the Lakewood Sports Channel. It's been a fun doubleheader here as Lakewood has played a girls and boys game. Smith will take it all the way down. That layup is good at the buzzer. Cam Smith, coast to coast. Cam Smith, the man with the most, as the Preppers are able to extend their lead 39-30 as the first half ends.
Yeah, that's demoralizing. You cannot let a guy go coast to coast with 4 seconds left to hit a layup, man.
I think the Preppers went out the wrong door.
I'm not
or
sure.
maybe they're getting some concessions.
I'm not
Those
sure.
fantastic hot dogs are rolling back there.
I'm not sure where they went, but if you're the Rangers, that can't happen. Did not close out the half well, did not close out the first quarter well. Need to come out in the second half with a better sense of urgency.
Well, certainly this has been a fun one on our doubleheader presented by First Federal of Lakewood here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. We had the girls taking the win over Buckeye this afternoon, and the Rangers and Preppers are trading heavyweight shots here tonight. 39-30, the Preppers lead the Rangers. And as we keep our wheels churning here on this Saturday prime time event, we want to shout out our sponsors, First Federal of Lakewood. We had the girls
We purchased this house last month.
Buckeye.
We knew after our experience with a very large multinational bank that we wanted to have a very local bank. First Federal was the first bank that we called. From the very first phone call, just been absolutely wonderful. We had such a pleasant experience with this bank that we ended up making it not only the bank that gave us the loan on this house, this is our personal bank now. We felt like family. I would absolutely recommend First Federal Lakewood.
It was perfect.
It was perfect.
This house last month.
Certainly want to thank First Federal of Lakewood and all of our families that have made the Lakewood Sports Channel possible. We couldn't do it without our wonderful families in the Lakewood community. And as we approach GLC tournament play, which marks the end of the regular season for the Rangers here in a few weeks, we want to take a trip back down memory lane. It's been a fun season. The Rangers have only played in 6 games, but boy, they have been an exciting 6. This game has proven to be one of those classics that we have seen so far this season, and we want to take you down through some of the highlights we've seen from the Rangers throughout the season here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Tournament play, which marks the end of the regular season for the Rangers here in a few weeks. We want to take a trip back down memory lane. It's been a fun season. The Rangers have only played 6 games, but boy, they have been an exciting 6.
Muhammad from 3. That one is good. Ahmed Muhammad with no hesitation. Well, it's cut off by Canones. As Karan underneath. And one. Hakeem goes through. Slashes. Hollenberg for 3. All 3 of those. Andre Hollenberg. Head. I'm sure he will have some words for the defense at halftime. Q Neal, the step back.
Some fantastic highlights so far we've captured on the Lakewood Sports Channel. We want to thank all of those tuning in at home, and we'll be back with more action from the second half and some statistics from the first half. Back here at the corner of Bunsen Franklin, we're so glad you're joining us for this first inaugural doubleheader on the Lakewood Sports Channel presented by First Federal of Lakewood. A battle in the first half between the Rangers and the Preppers. The Preppers getting the better half of the Rangers, 39-30, and we kick it. Now, Pat, in a former life, you were a fantastic statistician. I heard Coach Higginbotham saying you were the best statistician he's ever worked with. So I'm going to kick it to you, giving you the very important task of giving us the stats from the first half.
Yes, for U.S., Radke leads the way with 17. Smith has 8, and then everyone else kind of trickled in 2 or 3. For the Rangers, Ahmed Muhammad with 8. Karan leads the way with 13 for the Rangers. Riley has 5, and then Neal has 2, and Harper has 1. That tells me they really got to do something to stop Radke in the second half.
Certainly a fantastic end to that first half for Ricky Radke, the engine taking the Preppers across here at Lakewood High School. He's done a nice job of propelling the Prepper attack as the Ranger coaching staff comes out of the locker room. Felt like a 45-minute halftime, but it was just 10 as Coach Alex Kamock will head back to the sideline, imploring his young Ranger team to continue the rebounding, but you would like to see some cutting down of the turnovers.
Yes, you got to handle pressure. It's tough with not the depth. Pete Petzor's another really good ball handler, so they got to do a better job of that in the second half.
Dahman, Radke, Johnson Jr., Snipes Ray, and Cam Smith out there for the Preppers. And for the Rangers, it's Hakeem the Dream, Marcel M.J. Grayer, Riley Unlitz, Ahmed Muhammad, and Jaquan Q. Neal. Should be a good one here in the second half on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Glad you're tuning in. Ball kicked out of bounds. We'll keep it in the Preppers' hands. Ball was poked out of Snipes Ray's hands, but he was able to put that one back in. A tough finish by Snipes Ray. Yulnitz had a nice turn there to protect the ball. Karan finds himself all alone. The layup no good. Q Neal had to bring it back in, and you got to feel that Karan felt Snipes Ray chasing him down there. As another call goes against the Rangers.
Yeah, I thought that was definitely out on U.S. there.
U.S. leading 41-30 as an incoming water bottle. I told you people throw stuff at us.
I know.
That's part of the job. Snipes Ray backs down Neal, but good defense there. Unfortunately, Cam Smith came up for it if you're rooting for the Rangers. Find Radke all alone. The 3 too strong, and Yulnitz tips it out in front. Radke had feet in both halves of the timeline, but threw it to Mohammed. (41-30), the Preppers have extended their lead. Certainly a frustrating start to the third quarter if you're the Lakewood Rangers, trying to right the ship, and nobody better than Riley Ulentz. Ulentz working against Radke. Size versus speed. Muhammad will take it against Johnson Jr.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting it back to Riley there and taking him to the
Nice
rack.
move by Muhammad as that ball was squeegeed in there.
Coach Kelmack is asking for a goaltend because
you wonder how that ball ended up in there.
Yeah, you hit the glass and he smacked it. It seemed like for a jump ball.
Trying to get an explanation as Coach Kamak on that one. We'll try to relay anything we can find out here on the Lakewood Sports Channel.
Yeah, it seemed like it hit the glass, then he smacked it.
I've never seen a layup get stuck between the rim and the glass like that. Only long three-point shots. As Karan let a three-point shot out and it rimmed around and out. Snipes Ray pushing it to Smith. Smith takes it all the way. That layup no good. Johnson tipped it around, but it came out to Hakeem. Hakeem was fouled, and finally, amongst the pleas from the Lakewood coaching staff, a foul has been assessed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, I'm not sure how it's going to go, but Coach Kamak is pretty angry tonight. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if a technical foul, he gets one, maybe to juice up his team a little bit.
2-3, 41-30, the Rangers lead. Rangers trail, excuse me. Karan works it around. Hakeem's layup, no good. It'll be pulled down by Cam Smith. He'll push it the other way.
Rangers are getting some stops. They just need to turn them into points on the other end.
Johnson Jr.'s layup will not be without a charge against Muhammad. Ahmed Muhammad taking the charge underneath.
Yeah, that was a good charge, good take. I almost thought he jumped, but hey, we'll take it if we're the Rangers.
Higgs. Sorry. Too good of a throw there by the play-by-play man.
I like it.
Had to get Kamaka new mask there. Just part of the service we provide on the Lakewood Sports Channel.
We do it all up here, huh? Play-by-play, color commentary, a couple extra masks. You never know what we got up here.
So anything can happen on the inaugural doubleheader, that's for sure. 5 minutes, 31 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Preppers lead by 11.
I'm impressed you had that.
I'm a secondary educator. I'm always prepared.
I like it.
Layup there, no good. Q Neal, the winding reverse layup, no good.
Yeah, that's not an easy look there. Nice drive, but not the best execution shot decision there.
If you had to take your best guess, what's a prepper?
Not the best mascot, you think, right? I'd think a prep school.
Like someone that attends a prep school?
Like he's prepping for college, a university school?
He is a prepper.
You know, that's up there with the
listen, that'd be a nice compliment if somebody called you a prepper.
Yeah, I know.
That means like you're always prepared and you're always ready.
It's up there. It's up there with interesting mascots with Heidelberg Fighting Student Princes.
No, I had no idea that was their name. We're teaching the audience as well. I'm sure nobody knew that except for Coach Barrett.
I forget what school it is, but the Anteaters or something. They're somewhere in Arizona or New Mexico or something.
Certainly. Our trivia game is strong here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Preppers working it around the arc. Dahman looked at a three, thought second, and pulled it back out. He'll get it to Radke, who's guarded by M.J. Grayer.
Rangers are doing a better job defensively getting some stops. They're just not turning them into points.
Nice job by the Rangers there to get another stop. Q Neal will push it in transition. All the way to the bucket. Q Neal will be fouled by Dahman. A good aggressive take by Neal. Radke was flying in there from behind. You'd had to wonder if he would get a finger on that one, but Q Neal's layup, no good. But he will go to the line to shoot a pair. Q Neal's first one is up and good. And the Rangers now trail by 10. That second free throw, no good, but a pull down by M.J. Grayer. Nice rebound by Grayer. Riley Units from deep. That one way off, and the Preppers will break out the other way. Dahman to Johnson. Johnson the alley-oop, and that one is good. Coach Sean McDonald, the News Herald Coach of the Year for the 2020 season, will call a timeout after that alley-oop with the Rangers trailing by 12.
Yeah, you don't see Riley miss like that too often. He did a good job of getting back, but, you know, the 2-on-1 was a little too much for the Rangers.
43-31, the Rangers trail here as Johnson Jr. and Dahman, a nice transition bucket there by the Preppers.
Rangers need to come out here and get a good bucket. You know, it seemed like forever. It seemed like the start of the third quarter there wasn't anyone scoring at all.
A fan submission by way of Tim Labar. Told us that the Anteaters are from UC Irvine. Thank you to Tim watching at home tonight. We appreciate any shout-outs we get from our viewers at home, it appears that a technical will be assessed to the Preppers.
Their bench. It looks like their bench.
A bench technical. I believe I saw him flash the numbers 21. And this will be a big boon for the Rangers, as a couple of foul shots will go a long way into cutting this lead. An inopportune technical as Yulnitz misses the first.
Yeah, normally a really good free throw shooter. Missed the first one. Able to make
Yulnitz
the second.
knocks down the second, splits the pair, and that'll be Lakewood basketball, side out of bounds. Another thing about the technical, maybe a minor detail, but it prevents Lakewood from taking the ball out full court.
Yeah.
Half court here, you don't have to face the pressure.
Yeah, and we have been very unsuccessful there. Yeah, the technical foul wasn't on the head coach, but OSHA rules makes the head coach have to sit down for the rest of the game.
Coach McDonald grabbing a chair there.
You coached for Fairview freshman last year. Did you get a technical foul?
No, sir.
Have you ever gotten a technical foul or a yellow card in soccer?
Well, I've certainly got my fair share of cards in soccer as Muhammad knocks down the three. In soccer terms, we'd say ole, ole on that one. What an athletic alley-oop by Radke on the other end. To answer your question, I was thrown out of a summer league baseball game, but here we go on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Threatened many times on the pitch.
I like it.
Nice take there by Snipes Ray. The layup no good, but there's Radke. Ball bounces around. Corralled by the Preppers. Dahman from deep. That one no good. Radke got a hand on it, and out of bounds it goes. Lakewood trailing by 10.
I got my first technical foul and gave out my first technical foul last year as an official and got one as a coach last year.
The bad boy of officiating, as they call you. Full court pressure being assessed by the Preppers. Yulnitz off to Mohammed. Mohammed, nice crossover there on Skadlock. But a steal there by Belcher, fresh into the game for the Preppers, and he throws that one over Radke's head. It's tough to throw a ball over Ricky Radke's head, but a turnover the Rangers will take. Tough rule handed down by OSHA that you have to sit down after a timeout. I know if I had to be seated during a match or during a 7-inning baseball game, I'd probably get very antsy.
It's tough, especially when it wasn't even on him, which makes it even tougher. Yeah, it's funny. You never want to get a technical foul, but when you get one, you almost want to get your money's worth. And he didn't have any part of it.
Q Neal's layup no good. Lakewood pushing the other way. Karan got in there, but Belcher pulled it down. Layup no good, and Karan will push it the other way. Hakeem Karan, the Euro step, the layup is good. Hakeem the Dream, smooth as they come.
He is really stepping up tonight, and I love to see it.
Q Neal pushing it the other way. MJ Grayer pulls down the miss. This one, no good. And the Preppers will regain possession.
Yeah, it's an aggressive take there by Q. It didn't seem like he had numbers there, but, could have pulled it out, maybe got a better look there.
Foul underneath being assessed to the Rangers as a pair of free throws will be shot by Dahman. 8-point deficit for the Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're defensively they played better this half. They're getting stops. They're not converting them into points on the other end.
Muhammad checking in for the Rangers. 45-37 here. Want to shout out Lakewood Luke, who's watching at home, our biggest fan on YouTube. Appreciate you tuning in. Stolen away there, but no good is the layup by Skadlock. And a foul.
I'm not sure who was on.
Will be assessed, I believe, to Skadlock.
Okay.
And Lakewood will take the ball out of bounds.
I'll be honest. Rangers are catching some breaks here. The Preppers have missed a lot of point-blank layups that are just not falling.
If you're Lakewood with 2 minutes and 21 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, you're going to want to take advantage of those misses.
Yes, and they haven't very much.
off the hands of Yulnitz. Another layup is missed and pulled down by Grayer. A jump ball will be assessed, and it will get the ball back to University.
Take care of the basketball.
Can you provide a clarification on, like, what is the textbook OSHA rule about the bench technical?
The coach has to sit for the rest of the game.
Even if it's not the coach?
Correct. Yeah, it was tough. I got one in the Harding-Garfield rivalry middle school game, and that atmosphere was unbelievable last year.
As the three-pointer will go for Belcher as Lakewood finds themselves down double digits once again. Karan breaking out. Layup was no good, and Belcher will push it the other way. You let the atmosphere get the best of you, it sounds like.
It was just so loud trying to call a timeout. You couldn't hear you, get a little upset, but it makes it even more difficult trying to call timeouts when you're sitting down trying to get their attention.
Belcher's three was no good. A jump ball will give the ball back to the Rangers, and a pivotal point in the game for the Rangers. Trailing by 11 to University School, a bucket is sorely needed for the men in purple and gold. Tip there by Belcher, and Lakewood will have some trouble probably getting this one across the timeline with Belcher's hands in the passing lanes. Grayer will take it all the way himself. Karan in the corner.
What I always say is you got to fake a pass to make a pass, and we're telegraphing our passes right now.
Yulnitz lost that one as he split two preppers, but the floater no good. And Lakewood will turn this one back to the preppers. Sleeth underneath, the spin move, the layup, no good. Muhammad had a hand on it. Radke got two hands on it. Kick out to Belcher, one more to Dahman. The deep three is no good. And the preppers will give the ball back to the Rangers with less than a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Nice dribbling by Yulnitz, finds Muhammad in the corner for three. Off the back iron, and Dahman will push it once again for the preppers.
I'd be shocked if either team is shooting over 35% in this quarter. Both teams aren't shooting the ball very well at all.
University School making the most of their opportunities. Lakewood looking to get the lid off the rim as Belcher, another three is good. Justin Belcher, the sweet shooting guard for the preppers, knocks in another one. Hakeem all the way and by himself there as the layup will go. 10 seconds remaining. 39-51, the Rangers trail. 5 seconds now.
Don't foul.
Dahman gonna pull from deep. His three-pointer rims out, and Lakewood will corral the rebound. 51-39, the Rangers trail as the fourth quarter is upon us here at Lakewood High School.
You know, you'll take that, only being down 12 to start this fourth quarter. I mean, the Rangers didn't take very many advantages of UC's flaws, or US, sorry.
All the way and by himself there as the layup will go. 10 seconds remaining. 39-51, the Rangers trail. 5 seconds now.
Don't foul.
Dahman gonna pull from deep. His three-pointer rims out, and Lakewood will corral the rebound. 51-39, the Rangers trail as the fourth quarter is upon us here at Lakewood High School.
That one is good. Ahmed Muhammad.
You know, you'll take that.
My name's Andre
only
Hollenberg.
being down
Slashes.
12
Hollenberg for three.
to start this
All
fourth
three of
quarter. I mean,
those.
the Rangers
Andre
didn't
Hollenberg.
Watching Lakewood
take
Sports
very
Channel.
many advantages of UC.
My name is Hakeem Grani.
It's cut off by Canones.
All the way.
As Karan underneath.
And by himself.
And
there
one,
as the layup will go.
Hakeem.
10 seconds
Oh,
remaining.
three.
39-51, the Rangers trail. 5 seconds now.
Jaquan Neal, a.k.a.
Dahman
Q.
gonna pull from
Hey,
deep.
I'm sure he will have
His
some
three-pointer
words
rims
for the
out,
defense
and
at
Lakewood
halftime.
will
Q
corral the
Neal,
rebound.
the step back.
39, the Rangers trail as the fourth quarter is upon us. Lakewood and University School retaking the court here as Lakewood, a drought in the third quarter in the scoring category, now trailing 51-39. And if you're the Rangers, you're trying to find some opportunities for yourself to get easy buckets, but University School is making it tough. Belcher, another three, and that one is good. It's been the Justin Belcher show here in the second half as he extends the Prepper lead to 15.
Osetta, JV player, getting his first varsity minutes here, and he's got a breakaway layup. And his first varsity points come on a goaltend.
Goaltend assessed to the Preppers as the first points for Osed in his varsity career will be by way of a goaltending. You don't see that very often.
You don't. And you know what's funny, Grant? You know, I was just thinking about, you know, your first varsity points, you always, you know, got the newspaper clippings. Now they don't do that anymore. You know, it's kind of crazy.
Well, newspapers are having a whole host of issues, Pat, which I will explain to you after this one. Foul there, assessed to the Preppers. It was Radke a little too physical on the drive, and Lakewood a chance to cut into this 13-point lead. You'd say to yourself 13 points into the fourth quarter is a tough lead to chip away at, but if you're the Rangers, you've made every game close that you played in, and certainly the Rangers are going to have their say before this one is over. Radke influenced the Ulenitz layup, and the Preppers will push it the other way. Sleeth, the layup on the other end, and the Preppers are not stopping their offensive onslaught here, leading 56-41.
Yeah, you're right. A 13 or 15-point margin is not insurmountable, but the way they're putting the ball in the hoop in the second half, it seems a little bit tougher.
56-41 here as Karan missed the three. He regained his own rebound, but a hold underneath as the Preppers, their seventh foul of the second half will put MJ Marcel Grayer at the free throw line. 7 fouls on University School, 1 foul on the Lakewood Rangers. Certainly a big discrepancy in the foul category as MJ Grayer fires a bullet at the backboard and it falls in.
Yeah, it really is, but, you know, I'm not going to complain. It's going Rangers' way. They just need to capitalize on it.
Jonah Gilbert, Zion Durden in the game for the Preppers. And number 10, Cam Smith out there. Number 5, Hassan Snipes Ray. And Justin Belcher, a sweet shooting performance for Belcher.
You know, it's almost like U.S. has, like, line changes. Like, the guys kind of know when they're going. I don't even notice that the coach kind of tells them when to go.
Justin Belcher's scooping layup won't go, and Ulenitz will be hounded, but he found Grayer on the outlet. Grayer was able to track it down after he lost it, and Lakewood will regain possession down 13, 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Ulenitz the layup, no good, and Snipes Ray will push it the other way. Takes it all the way down, and a blocking foul will be assessed to MJ Grayer.
Rangers need to sprint back on defense. Offensively, we're breaking a press. You know they're coming from behind you. You can't let them tap the ball away from you.
Fourth quarter time here. Certainly a time in the game where Lakewood needs to play perfectly if they're going to cut into this 13-point lead. As Snipes Ray goes to the line for a pair. First free throw is up. Bingo, that one goes down. Snipes Ray looking to knock down the second of 2 free throws here as he has pushed the Prepper lead to 14. Second shot is up and good for Snipes Ray. Dahman checking in for Belcher. If you're Lakewood Rangers, you got to be happy to see Belcher checking out of the game. He was fantastic for them in the third quarter.
Yeah, he's hit some big shots in the third quarter. Rangers need to cut into this league.
Grayer pushes the ball up the court. He is bumped and fouled by Cam Smith, and Lakewood will go to the line shooting 1-and-1. We want to shout out our Lakewood High School cheerleading squad joining us tonight. They've done a fantastic job. It's good to see cheerleaders back out here. Layla Abderzak, Gia Franquito, Izzy Ray, and Emma Manzel out there for the Lakewood Rangers cheerleading squad. So glad to have them in the building. It's a great atmosphere they provide for the varsity basketball squad. Grayer shooting 1-and-1, 8 fouls on the Preppers. Grayer's first one up and good.
I'll be honest, Grant, it's pretty awesome that we were able to get a game, you know, in 1 day's notice. You know, everything that went into it. It was an awesome job by everyone involved.
I think it started with a tweet from Coach Meach, and then it turned into everybody working together to pull this one off. And I know everybody in the Lakewood community and the University School community is excited to see these two teams square off. I got to believe the first matchup in school history between these two squads. We'll have our research department go back and check that one out. Over and back, assessed to the Preppers, and Lakewood a chance to cut into this lead once again if they're going to make this one a tight one down the stretch. 6 minutes, 1 second remaining.
I mean, yeah.
And Osed will check out.
You know, you can get this to, you know, a 11 or 10-point game here in this possession.
Muhammad sets the screen for Yulnitz. Yulnitz snakes around the Muhammad screen, and Lakewood will reset. Under 6 minutes remaining in this one. Q Neal pulls a deep three. That one came up empty. And the Preppers will push it the other way.
Not the look you want there.
Take there by Snipes Ray. A tough layup will go, and University School now with 60 points on the evening. Yulnitz pushes. Finds Karan for three. That one way off. Grayer found himself with the rebound. A nice scoop pass inside to Q Neal. And a timeout by Coach Kamak. This will be certainly a last gasp for the Rangers if they are going to get back into this one.
Yeah, need to chip away quickly. The clock is not our friend currently.
5 minutes, 12 seconds remaining here in our inaugural doubleheader on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Thanks to all of you joining us at home. This has been a fun one. Again, if you have tuned in for both games here tonight on the Lakewood today on the Lakewood Sports Channel, we want to reward you for your support of the channel. Make sure you tweet us, leave a comment on YouTube, and we'll be sure to get you something autographed by two of the best color commentators in the business, Mike Harper and Pat Hayes. They'd be happy to send some Lakewood swag your way. Rangers coming out here with Karan, Grayer, Neal, Muhammad, and Yulnitz.
Rangers look like they might be showing some pressure here to, you know, speed up U.S.
Cam Smith sprints out of the huddle. Dahman takes it. Over to Smith. Smith reverses it to Snipes Ray. It wasn't into his hands, but Snipes Ray was able to track it down. Dahman thought about it. Smith, the straight line drive. Back off to Dahman, the deep three, not taken. And a 3-second call is going to be assessed to number 12, Zion Durden. And Lakewood will regain possession. A big break for Lakewood there, as it looked like University School was just kind of pulling the ball out, looking to use as much clock as they could.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to run some offense there and, you know, take some time off the clock, but went well for the Rangers.
Hakeem Karan, the Euro stepping in, and the Rangers have cut this one to a 11-point lead.
Showing some pressure. Someone's got to cover the middle. Take away middle.
Hakeem got a hand on that one. The dream goes the other way. The jump stop layup is good, and the Rangers have cut this one to single digits.
Man, you love to see a good jump stop.
Dahman hounded by Neal, and the ball was tipped again by Karan. Lakewood doing their best to get back into this one. The step back. Yulnitz three, no good. And Lakewood will give the ball back to the Preppers, but an impressive defensive showing has pulled this one to a 9-point advantage with just 4 minutes remaining.
If he would have hit that, I think this place would have went nuts.
A fantastic sequence from the Rangers as Yulnitz tips that one out of bounds. And, of course, with that danger impending for University School Preppers, you're going to see Radke and Johnson Jr. checking back in, two of the staples for this Prepper squad. And, you know, on a back-to-back, you're looking to get some guys, you know, some rest. You're looking to maybe lengthen out other people's minutes other than your key starters. But Lakewood forcing Radke and Johnson Jr. back in the game.
Yeah, it's a little too close for comfort.
Nice take there by Radke, and certainly impacting this game right away for Coach Sean McDonald.
Gotta get the ball over.
Cross-court pass there by Grayer, found Q Neal. Nice hesitation move, got him past Johnson, but the layup was no good. Q Neal's layup again no good, and Lakewood will hound the Preppers in the backcourt. Dahman getting them out the other way. Smith the layup there, thought about sharing it for a second, but he took it himself, and the lead has ballooned back to 13 for the Preppers. Q Neal's layup there, no good. Karan's layup no good. Q Neal pulled down the offensive rebound, and a tie-up will keep the ball underneath for the Rangers.
Yeah, couldn't get the floater to go earlier, but really good hustle play by Q to get in there and get an offensive rebound.
3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining here in the game. And a jump ball, like we said, will stay with the Rangers on the baseline.
Looks like U.S. will go zone out of bounds into their man.
Yulnitz off to Muhammad. Muhammad, a hot shooting night. They'll need a couple threes from him to get back into this one. Q Neal thought about a step back. Gets it off to Karan, who thought about a three. Muhammad will pull a deep one, and that one's no good. Q Neal's there for the offensive rebound. His floater's no good, and University School will push it via Johnson Jr.
Take a charge.
Junior all the way down. Muhammad will be assessed with the block. It appears that Muhammad started falling before the contact. He was in good legal guarding position, but easier said than done to stand tall with the big Nelson Johnson Jr. bearing down on you.
Yeah, it's the second time tonight he's fell a little early to get the charge call. Couldn't get the floater to fall. The floater hasn't been falling for the Rangers all night.
Johnson Jr. will go to the line to shoot a pair. And the first free throw missed. Q Neal will check out. Some spirited play by Jaquan as he really was able to pull down some key rebounds and get some steals for the Rangers. We know Q is not playing at 100%, but he has been playing with 100% of his heart tonight for the purple and gold as Johnson Jr. knocks in the free throw to extend the Preppers lead to 14. 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining. Karan and Jaris out there for the Rangers.
No basket, lane violation.
No basket. We'll take that one off the scoreboard as the lead will stay at 13. Yulnitz splits two Preppers. Finds Jaris in the corner for three. Mark Jaris' three is no good, but it found Marcel Greer. Johnson Jr. pushing it the other way. Muhammad assessed another blocking foul, and Johnson Jr. just too tough when he gets a full head of steam.
This has to be one of the worst percentages of baskets made around the rim that I've seen this season.
Well, you're the statistician. I feel like we should trust you on that one.
Yeah, it just seems like both teams have missed a lot of bunnies, floaters, a lot of stuff around the rim.
The tempo has certainly been high for the Preppers. You got to wonder, they do a nice job of getting to the rim, but their legs got to be heavy after playing Copley last night in a few games during the week. MJ Greer has it. He finds Yulnitz on the reversal. Yulnitz, the ball fake and the shot. No good. Preppers will tip it out. 2 minutes remaining here, and they lead by 16. No look pass stolen by Yulnitz. He'll take it the other way.
3-on-1. Got to get a bucket here.
Bounce pass to Greer. Greer found Jaris in the corner. Jaris to Greer, and they're looking for a shot here with time not on the Rangers' side. Karan puts up the three. That one too long. And Dahman will pull that one down. Coach Kammock calling off the Dogs here as they will go back into their half-court defense. Preppers leading comfortably here with under 2 minutes remaining, 67-51. Justin Belcher's big third quarter. Ricky Radke's big second quarter, the catalysts tonight for the Preppers. Lakewood without Aiden Wacker and Pete Patsoris playing their second game in 2 nights. It's been a good one on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Dahman will just pull this one out, looking to run some clock. Jaris opposite of him. Preppers working around. Radke dumps it into Johnson. Johnson the layup underneath, and that one is good. It's been Johnson Jr. here in this fourth quarter. Getting to the rim and getting to the foul line for the Preppers is Radke. Too physical there, and they'll send Yulnitz to the line. 69-51 the score here at Lakewood High School.
Yeah, a little odd that U.S. is still showing their press. They play one way and one way only, it seems.
Well, it's certainly a culture and tempo that the Preppers are comfortable playing, as a few substitutions will come in for the Rangers. We have number 22, Osed, coming into the game.
And
number
Noah.
12, Mohammed Cutcut, And Noah, number 21, checking in for the Rangers. A few JV players getting some playing time. It's good to see those guys getting in for some memorable moments. Number 32, Grant Milan. He's got a fantastic first name. And number 21, Che Jarvis, checking in for the Preppers as well, as Radke will sit down. Skadlock will sit down. Radke certainly putting his imprint on this one tonight for the Preppers. Yulnitz's free throw is up and good. 52-69, Rangers trail. Another free throw here as Osed will come in for Yulnitz. Good effort by the Rangers tonight. I thought the start of this game was fantastic. There was just some things that they couldn't overcome tonight. But if you're Lakewood, you did some good things. You battled valiantly with a couple key contributors out. That's how this season's been during the pandemic and not knowing who's available and who isn't. The biggest thing I think for Lakewood, and you tell me your thoughts, Pat, is being ready for that GLC tournament, the inaugural GLC tournament coming up here in the middle of February.
Yeah, I think, getting this game on the fly against a tough U.S. team, they're ranked in the area. They're big. They're physical. It's a good test for the Rangers. Early the Rangers came out shooting the ball really well. They couldn't handle the pressure very well, turned the ball over too much, and missed a lot of layups. But, I did see a lot of good things, too, to build on going forward.
Certainly it'll be a fun tournament with all the GLC teams taking place here in the middle of February. We can't wait to bring it to you on the GLC network, GLC TV. That'll be a fantastic initiative that has been taken up by lead broadcaster of the FPCSBN, Tyler Danberg, and we can't wait to get the Lakewood Sports Channel on board and broadcast some tournament games for you all at home. 70-39, the 53, the Preppers now lead.
Yeah, the GLC tournament, it could come down to who's the healthiest.
Sure.
I mean,
absolutely.
You get Pete Pat Soares, Tico Jones, and Aiden Wacker all back for the Rangers. They may not have the best record, but could be a team you don't want to see in the tournament.
The best ability is availability, as they say. 20 seconds here as this one winds out. Turnover by Lakewood will get the ball into Belcher's hands, and that will conclude this one as the Preppers will take a big road win over the Rangers tonight here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. It's been a good one, good intensity to start this game. Lakewood falling to University School, and certainly it will be a good test for these Rangers as they head into the postseason in a few weeks. Lakewood and University School ending this one tonight here on the Lakewood Sports Channel, our first doubleheader. We're so glad you could tune in and join us today for the girls' game this afternoon, the boys' game tonight, and it's been a fun one between the Rangers and the Preppers. Until next time, for Pat Hayes, I'm Grant Graves. A fun one tonight, a game in which University School pulled away late. Spirited play on both sides. This is what interscholastic athletics is all about. We're so happy you could join us at home. Thank you again, and look for our next broadcast on the Lakewood Sports Channel. We can't wait till we'll be with you all again. For Pat Hayes, I'm Grant Graves. Have a good night, and go Rangers.
Go Rangers.